Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9.11. And of course, we're playing as Japan. And we're also actually playing this one live, so you may see some of the chat being recorded live as we continue this, and they will help and give me suggestions while we're doing this. I'm more than happy to take good suggestions. You go on the defensive too. We're losing to an Indian division down here that's been loaned to Saudi Arabia's, but we're okay. So we actually took this. Okay, well that's good. Great. Oh, this is so great. We've just taken out Bhutan. Because you may have watched some of my German series, and I've had some real trouble taking out some of these guys. Well, we may need them over there. Let's send them Mountain Division there. These guys can come out here. Now we want to strategically redeploy them. Let's send them down here. We're going to see about moving them via ship at some point. We need to move up their HQs. I've not been doing that well. Uh-oh. Sorry to hear that, Tippet. Don't know quite what that means when a laptop does it, but okay. See if we can attack across the river there successfully. No, we can attack across it, just don't know if we can do it successfully. Oh good, you can counterattack here now, finally. Okay, we enforce conquer on Bhutan. No, we don't want to trade through Germany. Sorry, Germany, I like you, love you, but no, we just don't have the submarine for the transport force. Hello, Kulik. Good to see you. So, I was asked, and this hopefully won't go too long, but I was asked to do some role playing a couple of episodes ago. If I were Japan at this stage in the war, what would I do? You know, what real role playing, not just in this game, but what would I do? Okay, let's just for the moment hypothesize massive Japanese victories at sea, which we've had, that if that was possible. And it might have been possible, but let's just say that Hawaii was well defended, but Japan, if they could have sent these units, which obviously now are just ending up being more garrison units, but I'm really worried about a U.S. counter invasion. they could have taken Japan. That is well within the realm of possibility of taking Japan. I would say, because look, if Pearl Harbor happened the way Japan had planned it, the carriers would have been in Pearl Harbor and would have been sunk. No doubt about it. Now, they might not have been sunk so bad that they, blew apart and were useless. They might have just, gone 10 feet or whatever it was down to the bottom of the harbor and sit there to be refloated like they did with several of the battleships. Actually, not the Arizona, and I forget the other one that was really badly hurt, but the other ones, they were all refloated. And actually, because they were refloated and sent back to America to be reworked on, they were upgraded with more modern anti-aircraft, with more modern radars and things like this. So they were actually better by the time they came back out than they were when they were sunk. So, but if they just sunk them temporarily and then had the invasion force ready to roll on through, they would have quite effectively been able to taken out by Japan taking the Philippines. So let's just take that as a hypothesis. And maybe if we take the hypothesis also that this wasn't seen as a sneak attack, there had been, 6 hours, 10 hours notice. The Japanese had come out onto their, or the ambassador or whatever, a Japanese ambassador would have shown up at the State Department in his hand. I have a declaration of war for you, and another group call a very quick news conference on the steps of the Japanese embassy while fires are burning in the back, burning all their documents. Because yes, under normal diplomatic rules, you're supposed to return the diplomats and the guards, which of course the Japanese didn't. They did not do that. They're supposed to, return, and now I don't know all this, but of course, the nation that the embassy, and they're allowed to look at the papers, so they normally try to burn the papers and all that. So, as they're in the back burning all the papers, out in front they're holding a press conference. This is to announce to the American public the Empire of Japan has declared, as of now, has declared war on the U.S. And had they done that, you would have had definitely a level of anger, no doubt, but it wouldn't have been this supreme level of anger that the U.S. felt. So you would not, in my opinion, and I think most historians would agree, you would have not had, oops, the fleet is sunk, let's give up. No, but at some point, thank you, car alarms, at some point, sinking a bunch of fleets, taking Hawaii, I don't think you'd have the American people giving up. I really don't. Not like, oh, well, let's sign peace. Let's go for peace. Not the American people of that time. But if Japan had fully taken or largely taken a lot of Australia, taken New Zealand, sort of taken again at this point, or slightly ahead from this point, taken India. If at that point, what I would do as Japan is very publicly, not privately, not sort of obscurely in a speech, go, we are willing to sign a peace agreement with the British Empire and the United States and whoever else, And we are willing to fully withdraw from the Australian continent. We're fully willing to withdraw from New Zealand. I don't know what, we're willing to do a joint administration to set up an independent India. You know, look at that kind of thing, and maybe willing to give back, you know, a Singapore, but largely the Philippines. You know, there's going to be a puppet state. There's going to maybe be a puppet state for Indonesia eventually, but we're willing to withdraw from the others. I don't know if the U.S. would have accepted that, but that is what role-playing, what I would have tried to do, is try to negotiate a peace at this point, saying that we'll fully withdraw, you know, from particularly Australia and New Zealand. That. I don't... I don't know if they would have accepted, seeing how poorly Germany is doing. If Germany had defeated the Soviet Union or taken the three key sort of cities, you know, not that Stalingrad really is that of a key city. It becomes a key city in the imagination because of the huge Battle of Stalingrad, but simply holding the Volga River and sort of holding this whole section down here, even if you don't hold every single little bit of this, but this big section here, and having Moscow and Leningrad, which were big name cities at the time, you know, that everybody knew. Who knew? Americans used to know geography around the world. They don't anymore, of course. But and I say that because I've seen recently something was on ABC television, though I saw it redone up on YouTube, that people on the street were given basically this map down here with all the countries outlined on it, you know, modern day countries, but no names. And they were asked, can you name a single country on this map? The big one that they would normally name would be Africa, and people go, or the presenter or whatever would go, that's a continent. Some of them, well, where's the United States? Oh, well, sort of like over here somewhere. That's how bad. Well, I'm currently in no position to attack Russia. I have no effective forces. I have really crappy garrison forces. And look at what I'm doing here is, as Darkstar, Iraq, yeah, Iraq is in the Axis. Look at all these divisions here, at least one armored division, maybe even two, being held up by a garrison division, plus whatever's maybe up there. But so we are tying up lots of good Russian units with just a few crappy units here and a few crappy units here. So we're doing well against Russia, and we're now, because we've landed in Persia here, and we are moving through Iraq, which is an Axis partner. We're doing well. Yeah, if the Allies would feel. Oh, I have the game, colleague. I have Temple of Elemental Evil, not in the Steam library because I have an earlier copy of it. I've never fully played the game. I played 3 or 4 hours of it. I would love to play it as a series. I'll see about starting it. That's all I'll commit to right now at the moment. Just because I don't want to go defensive. Let's just defend here. Because I don't want to get cut off. It comes down to viewing numbers, really, quite honestly. It's a Dungeons and Dragons game that there's an old tabletop, or the old role-playing game, the Temple of Elemental Evil module, which I've actually played in, so way back in the olden days. which I still have in my large collection of Dungeons & Dragons stuff. It's a good game. I've just played the computer game, a little bit of it. I just don't know the viewing numbers. And that's... yeah, well, it goes it goes way back before a third edition. And I like that it's you know, a bit of an older style thing. But yeah. Okay, and we're here. Yeah, let's push into these guys. Because there's so much I want to do, you know, because I like playing computer games. And I'm not going to, if you will, kill the channel. Okay, we're going to stop this attack. Hopefully these guys, well, these guys are going to get beaten probably. But I'm hoping to have these guys and these guys come. I don't want to kill the channel by playing something I love, but nobody wants to watch it. Because that's sort of what the Baldur's Gate thing is already. Okay, we had a major defeat. Where? Okay, oh, here they're being pushed back. Okay. Yeah, that was a very weak division, I know. Okay, you're getting retasked coming this way. Single engine fighter prototypes. Great, great, great. Which opens up all those and that. Yeah, let's start with the engines. Hello, Daniel Barron. I've not played either of those, Arno. I don't know, quite honestly, Star Drive. I may have heard of it sometime in the past, but I don't have a recollection right now. Stellaris is just budget. I just don't have the budget. Not that I can't afford it, but I'm not going to play it enough to really afford doing it. So yeah, I'll see about doing that. But we'll just try starting it and see what the reaction is like. I would love, quite honestly, love to have a game like that bring in its own audience that was decent. Doesn't have to be super big. Doesn't have to be you know, some, you know, huge success, but it needs to be, you know, not just 20 or 30 clicks per episode. I mean, to do a test and make 2 or 3 episodes, that's fine, but to keep a series going, it needs to be longer than that. Thought you were already going there, but maybe you ran out of supplies. Okay, yes. Get on board. Get on board. Yeah, transport to there. Okay, oh, see, we're running with supply issues. Okay, good. They've made it there to help out. And they're defending moderately well. We are running supplies in, yeah, but this is just a level 1 port, which I'm going to go with that it's probably historical for the time period. Yeah, well, I love Baldur's Gate, but Okay, well, still glad to have you here. Sorry you're having problems. These things were working so we could play for a while with War Thunder. Okay, reinforcements for this pocket, including the headquarters unit. Okay, heavy tank upgrade. Advance, very good. Doing that. Yeah, we can do the anti-air upgrade there. We need to get this port to get more supplies coming in. We do have supplies coming into this port. No, we don't. We need to, though. What's the Cairns? Cairns, I think. Create a supply convoy. No, cancel, close. Supply convoy, Tokyo. To there. Well, that doesn't affect down here, and we're still hammering our way ashore here. You can see U.S. Army Air Force. Okay, Marines. There's their capital. Let's diplomacy. Saudi Arabia. Let's add war goal to puppet. Yeah. The only thing which I would be sort of sorry for losing is whatever oil that would be, but if it were puppet, it would still sort of send some oil to me, I think, so. Okay, good. Okay, so a bunch of Australian militias showed up, taking Brisbane. And yeah, you guys can flee, you guys stay to deal with whatever Australian destroyers that is. Well, we need to send some more forces out here, I think. It's all just going to be desert. Keep them from being flanked. Okay, guys. Yeah, head into there. Good. We've won against that. Let's see how we'll do against these guys. Okay. Now we import, yes, okay. Since they invaded, though against no opposition, I'm going to use 2 divisions here. Let's move you to there just as a movement order. Make sure they're escorted, though I don't know how much. Great having you here, Daniel. No, I'm gonna see about finding the copy of it and installing it, see if I can get it working, and then make an episode or 2. Though it might not be, you know, a few weeks from now. But I don't know it's going to be much of a series. It may just be starting making a few episodes, and if it's low viewership, which is what I think it's going to be, it's not going to be much of a series. Okay. Counterattack. Gotta take out this Indian division before it destroys everything around here. How long? Okay, long time for them and for them. Okay, you march the rest of the way in. And you join the attack. I know you're military police. Let's move. Yeah, new everything does help. But it costs money. You're here. Okay, yeah, you can join this attack as well. Okay, you're down here, so you can attack. And we need to send supplies into Kuwait. Well, we're not really running low, but... Oh, and Brisbane. Saw that there too. That also needs to happen. I know I sent... And they're here. Okay, get on board. Get on board. I'll come up to here, I think. Rebase. There was an Iraqi revolt. Definitely an Iraqi revolt. Definitely with German and Italian support. But I would put it as a faction within the government and not necessarily everybody, you know, in the government. At least that's how I would understand what happened. But you are right, there was a lot of pro-Axis feelings going on. Okay, mechanize HQs, very good. $42, let's shift that to, well, I like the mountain HQs. They're rugged, and I should use them more. Okay, one here finally, good. Okay, so that's cutting these guys off up here, so they can attack north with these guys supporting them. Let's see how well that does. Looks like reasonably well. Okay, and now you're being counterattacked. Major defeat down here. Okay, well, Australians, you're fighting hard, and look, there's a big bunch of units there. That's gonna be dangerous. That's why we're already sending those guys that way. Now these guys need to push this way before there's another attack. Support that attack there. Trying to take out Riyadh to hopefully get Saudi Arabia to join our side. Too much shipping. Okay, you push into there. Okay, Blitzkrieg Doctrine. Yeah, there are some events that do that. There was one sort of famous pilot and his group, I think if I remember correctly, actually get shifted from Finland, maybe even northern Finland, all the way to Iraq. A group of, or at least him and his BF-110 flew down and was part of the Iraqi, the force to help the Iraqis out with aircraft, twin-engine airframes. Grayed out. We'll shift that over to single engine, and yes, Blitzkrieg Doctrine 44. Let's I saved some photos somewhere from it, you know, pictures of his aircraft with flags of the countries that he had recently been in, flying and stuff, not victory flags, but like Finnish and Iraq and whatnot. I forget the guy's name and any more details right now beyond that, but I remember that. Okay, I don't think we have any of those, but we are, let's see, we need to do, well, okay, what we want to get here is urban fighting equipment. And so we need assault guns and armored engineers. We already started the armored engineer research. I wasn't really planning on doing that. Again, I wasn't planning on doing assault guns, but I guess we need to do that. So we'll do just one level of assault guns to get that going. Okay, guys. Now, Nick, who's watching later, maybe this is enough. I don't know. The Italians are holding out. Looks like reasonably well in Tripoli, though obviously it looks like easily could be cut off. They're still holding there, but that's it for ports. Here, well, let's sort of keep moving up to here because I don't want to have, that's what you guys are sort of is to be the garrison force. But let's see if we can attack into there successfully. Yeah, that looks like we can. Okay, good. Port Douglas, good. Now, how are we doing up here? Okay, you guys need to join that fight. You're still in that. Well, it looks like they may have gotten some, well, I don't know, maybe not reinforcements. I think those are the same units. Keep pounding in. Take them down, take them down. You're being watched, take them down. Okay, assault concentration, very good. Yeah, that definitely needs to be stopped. We don't want to have stronger units. Stronger units, again, is this stuff here, going here and trying to make the units bigger, take up more manpower, be a larger size. I don't want to do that. I want to keep them where they're at. Um, yeah, that would be useful. Okay, I can do that. Sure thing. Check the airport in Baghdad. Well, they have a bunch of planes. They got 11 airplanes, fighters and fighter bombers. That could represent them, but none of them are the twin engine specifically of that. They've got aircraft there, and Iraqi aircraft at least. I think we're going to save Iraq. I mean, maybe not super long term, but at least I don't think it's going down now. Okay, that's too many divisions. Stop that. And retreat back up to there. I don't want to be cut off. And we will be getting some more forces there. I want to take on the divisions a bit more one at a time. No. You get on board a ship. That's fine. We'll add our own transport up there. Just a little bit of garrison troops. This unit, okay. Okay, Marines, you continue. Okay, that. You guys, this is, yeah, no-go province. You come down that way. You continue to push support up north. Yeah, because they're going to retreat into there, and that's where we want to try to hold. Okay, Hedgehog defense for infantry units. Yeah, we'll let that go. And tank radio communications, very good. We'll just do overall radio improvements. Yeah, the Russia thing could be a problem, you're right, but I hope not. We could see Iraq. Well, actually, they're right now not even at war with anybody. Cool. Oh, that's level 1. Take that. So no one's called them. They're letting me attack out of their territory. That's why they're still defending. Maybe they're waiting to withdraw, because they had some forces in other parts of the regions. Okay, now, well, now that we're being attacked, you get to counterattack these guys. Yep, we lost the province down here. The Australians are fighting hard. So they're retreating in here. They should at least momentarily hold the line. Okay, now, okay, good. These guys are going to Australia. let's do somebody better than that. Don't need that regiment. Oh. Here, okay, too good, too good. Okay, we'll get the guy with the force. Now, do we have any transport? We have too many transports out here, I know, and there's some of them being repaired. Okay. You guys can come to here, just to sort of get them going somewhere else. Now, who do we have closer? There we go, closer. What do we have here? Maybe we can... Yep, guys. You're going to Australia. You're going to get upgraded with an elite light infantry unit, and you're going to get upgraded. Your parachute unit, you're going to get upgraded with special purpose armor, which is airborne, which we probably can't even put on. If we got all of our planes together, we probably can't even get you airborne, but we can definitely see about I don't want to call them. I want them neutral if I can. Yeah, I can only read part of your message, and I'm not going to scroll off of this tippet, but I got part of it, the scorched earth policy, which is actually a good idea. Okay, I'll use the elite light infantry. Okay, well, no, we want, okay, no, that's the one we want. Okay, and we might as well send him too. These guys are all going to, because I don't really want to lose this bridgehead, that we are, of course, currently out of supply. So hopefully here soon, maybe. And you guys come up here to pick up them. Do we have transports closer? No, it doesn't look too much because we're already sending the guys. Well, what do we have here? Okay, these guys can also head up here. Them get to see. Well, I want to save this, but I don't want to overwhelm it. So what we're going to do here, and we already got some other stuff coming. Well, let's come here, transport in one division. The other division we'll send down to Brisbane. Oh, how did this go? Oh, we're still doing this. Okay. So the first division of New Zealand, it looks like. Pushing ashore there. We'll get there. In time, we'll get there. No, thank you. Okay, we shattered a division. It's probably one of the ones attacking up in here. Well, you can join that attack. Just gotta break this one division, and then we can take out Nepal. Okay, you guys come up to there. Let's stop that attack. Let's check that out. That's a good idea. I haven't looked in a while. Afghanistan. Okay. Well, we're influencing it. That was part of the plan. No, it's moving towards the axis by 0.01% more than it's moving towards the Comintern. So it's really trapped between the two of us, Comintern and the axis. So not really. But we don't want it to go any closer to the Comintern, so we'll keep slowly drifting it towards us. It may change once we get some territory next to it. That would probably shift things considerably. Okay, guys, we're going with the active sort of defense by keeping moving. So they've not been called yet, which is good, but I'm still keeping this division and this division just up here to make sure the capital doesn't fall so that we don't lose our ally in the region. I don't want to lose those forces if I can help it. Okay, artillery unit combined arms capabilities. Good. Well, we're getting a lot more armor units, so let's shift that over to there. And interception tactics. And we're going to end the episode here. Not the live stream people, you can hang loose there. But those watching later on YouTube, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for liking the videos if you would. It really does help the channel. Also, it really helps the channel if you share it somehow, you know, on some social media or something. So I really appreciate that. And of course, subscribe. And I do really love hearing from you, so you can post your questions, comments, suggestions, tips, like Dark Star often does, and as well as many others. Jeff, well, if I start naming too many names, why didn't you name me? No, I do forget the names while playing live, but I do recognize you when you comment later. Thanks so much.